When it comes to shooting video, I pretty much use whatever I have around me to shoot video. It could be an iPhone, it could be my mirrorless camera, it could be a GoPro, my iPad. Basically, I just want to create content. But there are a few setups that I have that are my go-to, which right now I'm recording this on my Panasonic Lumix G7 with a Rode Video Micro microphone. I like to make sure that the sound quality is as best as I can, and I also use some other equipment from time to time, especially when recording my podcast. Let's jump into some of the things that I use when recording video, shall we? For recording my podcast, I started out with the Blue Yeti microphone, which is awesome. It allows you to connect headphones to the bottom. It connects to a computer via USB port. You have a volume for listening on your earbuds or your headphones. The ability to mute. And what I like is the settings on the back where I can actually change the direction of the recording to be all the way around, one direction, from two separate sections if I was doing an interview front and back, as well as my gain, how sensitive the microphone is. Really like this, but I haven't been using it as much as I normally do. I really like to use the Rode Video Micro, which I'll show to you in a few moments. When it comes to tripods, I started out using the Joby Gorillapod. It's a flexible tripod that wraps around things like poles and street signs, whatever you want. But when it comes to standing it up straight, you see it's kind of crooked and it's hard to really get it back to exactly straight. And then over time, these legs, they kind of get loose and it's hard to keep them straight, especially if you're going to put a heavy camera on it. It doesn't make sense. I've kind of retired this, but I still do use it for my LED light, which I got from actually a pawn shop, which is interesting. It's a great light. It has a lot of adjustments on it, and I think I got it for like 40 bucks with 2 batteries, a charger, and the LED, and it's got diffuser in there. It's really bright. A lot of times I have to use a bounce board or a foam board to bounce the light off of, but that's another item that I use that's in my arsenal. If I do not really like the Gorillapod so much, what do you think I use? I picked up this, which is a Switchpod. I first heard about this from Pat Flynn, who's a well-known podcaster and marketer. He invented this to be a selfie stick where I can hold this out and have a camera on top and record, so it's kind of facing away from me. And then what I can do is flip it open as a tripod when I'm ready to set it down. It opens up like a tripod and allows me to put it down onto a surface. The ball head on here is not included. It's something I added so I can tilt it to go sideways when I want to do Instagram stories or TikTok videos, and then also a quick release plate, which allows me to take different plates and put them onto different devices and have them be quickly interchangeable, and use the screw here to put them in. I have a couple different plates. I have it on my mirrorless camera. I have an option for my GoPro, and even for a cell phone holder for my iPhone 11 Pro. This is pretty cool. I really love it. It's aluminum, it's durable. It has 1/4-inch threads on here so that you can actually put attachments on it as well. Of course, I have my iPhone 11 Pro, which I love using. The quality of video is awesome. This is kind of my go-to. I use this to record a lot of my podcast episodes with my Rode Video Micro, and then just transfer it to my iPad to edit it and go from there. I have the iPad Pro 11-inch here, which is great because it's got the keyboard that's built in. It allows me to do a lot of typing. I do a lot of editing on here. I use LumaFusion for video editing. It's really awesome, 250 gigabytes of storage, and it gets the job done. It's got a great camera on it. Really what I like to do is when I'm at conferences, I keep this on the table in front of me, if there's a table, or in my lap, type out notes in iOS Notes, then I quickly pick it up and take a picture and add it to the iOS Notes. This way I could save it and or share it on social media right away. Here is the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which is awesome. This is a nice little tripod that allows me to extend. I can take the bottom off here, which turns into a tripod. There's a little 3-leg item here. Let me show you that. And it flips out, 3 legs, and I can put it down and have it stand up. It's in a case which is removable through this thumb screw. I I have a plate so I could put it onto a tripod, onto a mount, whatever I want to put it on. I have a small Joby Gorillapod for this that I can use at conferences and attach it to a lot of different areas and record myself talking, which is pretty cool. Probably need to get an external microphone, which they do make for this. I kind of retired my cell phone or my smartphone gimbal, which is a smooth gimbal. It actually works really great. It allows me to put my phone in here. It allows me to extend it out. And when I turn it on, the phone's in here, it holds it straight no matter what I'm doing, moving up, down, left, right. It allows me to control it with a little joystick right here. It allows me to control it and move it around, take pictures and start the video if I want to. Just haven't been using it lately. I've been able to hold my camera pretty steady, and then in Final Cut Pro there's some good image stabilization there. There's some good iOS apps that allow you to do video stabilization as well, but highly recommend this if you're looking for a gimbal. I moved over to my iPhone 11 Pro so that I could show you my main shooting camera, which is the Panasonic Lumix G7. It is a mirrorless camera, meaning that it is not a DSLR, it does not have a shutter. It's pretty cool because the autofocus is pretty awesome. The ability to add the microphone, the Rode Video Micro, which is on the top with my wire. And I love the fact that it has the flip out screen. And what I can do is put this up on the mount, which my iPhone is on now, and actually still see myself while I'm recording so that I know if I'm in frame and if the colors are good. There's a lot of features on here that are awesome, but taking pictures is great, and also creating videos is awesome. I love the depth of field and the autofocus. I picked this up for about $400. It was a really good buy. You can also buy the wire that adapts to the iPhone with the lightning connector for the microphone, which is something I use interchangeably. Sometimes I'll use the Rode Video Micro with the Lumix here, the G7, and other times I use it with my iPhone, and I have a little holder for my iPhone, which I love to use. But that's pretty much this setup here, and I have a bunch of memory cards, a bunch of little adapters, lights that I use. I know I have more than some people when it comes to video creation, but hopefully I've encouraged you to at least start recording more no matter what you have. Like I said, I always use my iPhone for a variety of different things when I'm out and about, whether it's capturing audio, capturing video. My Panasonic Lumix G7 is something that I try to do when I'm at home here in my little office studio. Just make sure you're putting content out there. It's the quality of the message you're talking about, not the quality of the video. The sound is a little bit important. You're probably noticing a little bit of a difference here because I can't use the Video Micro because I wanted to show it to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what gear you're using. I'd love to hear it.